And before I get up and do go about my day, I want to give you my thoughts about this whole ordeal that's been happening the past 24 hours. And you may have already seen or heard what's going on, on the internet or on Twitter sphere about Melissa Barrera and the whole commotion surrounding her, and also regarding Susan Sarandon and Tom Cruise's agent. Um, it's crazy. It's been a crazy past 24 hours in Hollywood, bro. So if you have been living under the rock, let me give you, what's up, what's going on, Rama. What's the commotion about? Okay, so basically, Melissa Barrera. Do you know her? Melissa Barrera is the star, the current star, or used to be current star of Scream franchise. She was the star of the Scream 5 and Scream 6. And before that, she was the star of that musical movie Into the Heights. So she's a rising star. Um, and before that, she was a singer. So she's had, her fan base before she even went into acting. And she, I believe she's Mexican American, I believe, ethnicity wise. And so what happened was she posted on Instagram, and she has been posting on her Instagram account her support for the Palestinian people. And if you look up her Instagram account right now, on in her story, IG story, there's a bunch of videos that she posted there regarding the atrocities um, that have been going on over there in the Middle East. By the way, if you're wondering why I titled this video Israel-Hamas War, not Israel-Palestine War, it's because the war is supposed to be between Israel and Hamas. And unfortunately, the Palestinian people have been brutally destroyed by this. So that's why I wanna make sure that I title it correctly, Israel-Hamas War. Unfortunately, that's not been the case now. It's Israel-Palestine war. So anyway, so she has been posting that, and she mentioned. Well, let me get the exact statement here. So she said on one of her posts, I think it already got deleted, or an IG story only last 24 hours, and then it disappeared. She said, and I quote, "Gaza is currently being treated like a concentration camp, cornering everyone together with nowhere to go, no electricity, no water. People are still silently watching it all happen. This is genocide and ethnic cleansing." So that's what she said on Instagram. That got her in trouble. What trouble? What happened, Rama? Well, that statement that I just read to you from Melissa Barrera got her fired from Scream 7. Remember, the upcoming Scream is the seventh installment in the franchise. And Spyglass Media Group, the production company that produces these Scream movies, they have fired Melissa over that statement. They said that I think they released a statement yesterday here. I can read it to you. But basically, they said that along the lines of that statement by Melissa Barrera has crossed the line. That's what they said. Crossed the line of hate speech. They consider that hate speech. They consider that, how dare she to make such a and then she consider they consider that statement to be anti-Semitic. So Spyglass released a statement saying, "We have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate in any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, or anything that flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech." So she said basically, what's going on in Gaza right now is not right. It's not right, and she equate that to genocide and ethnic cleansing. And Spyglass took offense to that, uh, saying that basically what in their statement, like, how dare you say that that's genocide and ethnic cleansing, and concentration camp. You mentioned concentration camp to describe Gaza. How dare you? you know, um, to equate what's happening in Gaza with what happened to the Jews in the World War II. How dare you? Um, and so she got fired. She got fired, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Spyglass Media has received or has been receiving a lot of pushback um, from so many people on Twitter, not just like regular folks like you and me, even influential people, even filmmakers like Boots Riley. Um, it's like this is not right. A woman, like not even a woman, a person losing their job, losing their career over their expressive free speech. You disagree. You may disagree with her. You may say she's not right. She's objectively wrong. You can say that, but you take away her job because of that. That's messed up. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree with that. That's fucked up. I wanted to be honest with you. That's fucked up. Capital F. Um, Look, here's the thing, and I tweeted this yesterday. And if you follow me on Twitter, the Israel-Palestine situation issue, right? I'm not even talking this current Israel-Hamas war. The Israel-Palestine issue that's been going on for years and years and years. That is a nuanced issue. Okay? Nuance. It's not black and white, right? It's not clear cut. Like, it's not, okay, you either this or that. But unfortunately, it has been turned into you're either this or that. Unfortunately, some people, including Spyglass, are having a knee-jerk emotional reaction. And they're not the only one. A lot of people are over this issue, especially the past recent month since the horrible terrorist attack on Israel on October 7th. Ever since then, it escalated, and everybody's having a knee-jerk emotional reaction to it. And now they're forcing everybody to pick a side. They're forcing all of us to choose a side. So if you're pro-Israel, you're a Zionist. How dare you? You're Zionist scum, Zionist. If you're pro-Palestine, you're anti-Semitic. How dare you? You're supporting terrorists. Even though Hamas is the form of government. Palestine are the people. You're conflating the two. Don't conflate the two. All right? Just like you can criticize the Israel government, you can criticize Benjamin Netanyahu, without, being against Israel people. Don't conflate the two. People are conflating the two now. Now people are conflating Hamas with Palestine. People are conflating Netanyahu's policies with the Israel people. Now it's like you got to pick a side. You got the lines are drawn in the sand. You got to, if you don't choose a side, you suck. Like, what the hell? What the hell? It's supposed to be a nuanced issue. And you know what? I tweeted this too. I pick the side of humanity. Always, first and foremost, humanity. You know, the hostages in Israel. I mean, the Israeli hostages taken by Hamas. Humanity. Those are human beings. And the Palestinian civilians. Humanity. They're human people. They're human beings. They're people. Women, children. Oh my God, thousands have been killed. So I don't want to be, this is not a politics channel. I'm giving you this because, okay, a lot of people say, like, okay, these celebrities, they should just shut up. They should just shut the fuck up about politics, about current events. They should just focus on their acting and singing, whatever, and shut the fuck up about everything else. Kind of like that Fox News anchor, Ingram. Her name is Ingram, I believe. She said, whenever LeBron James goes political, she's like, why don't you just shut up and dribble? Shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. Shut the fuck up about everything. I'll just play basketball. Okay, I get where you're coming if you argue that. But at the same time, those are human beings too. Human beings with their own independent thoughts, human beings with their own principles and set of beliefs, human beings with their own um, opinions. So to tell them to just shut up and focus on your job and don't think about anything else but that, that's basically telling them, don't be a human being. I get it. I am as annoyed as you are whenever an Oscar winner goes up the stage at the Oscar ceremony, and instead of giving an acceptance speech, they give out this long political speech. I get it. It's irritating, right? Right? You just want to like, come on, just say your acceptance speech and just say, and then and move on. Just we got to get to the ceremony already. But these are people with their own thoughts, their own. If they feel strongly about their thoughts, then they can't contain that. The same goes with Melissa Barrera. She felt strongly about what's happening right now, and she can't contain it. She couldn't contain it. She felt like, oh my God, what I'm seeing is horrible. And these celebrities, unlike you and me, all right, unlike you and me, these celebrities have huge platforms, huge platforms. They can influence people like crazy because we live in a celebrity worship society, celebrity worship mentality. If Taylor Swift tells her followers, if Taylor Swift tells her followers to go right, guess what? Her followers will go right. So Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. So if Melissa Barrera feels like I have a huge platform, I have power, I have influence over my followers, I need to be responsible for that. And this is what I feel strongly about right now. I got to get them to hear what I have to say on this matter. And that's her prerogative. That's her prerogative. The problem is now she is being punished for that. And which leads us to Tom Cruise's agent. Tom Cruise's agent, her name is Maha Dakli. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Maha Dakil, I'm sorry. And she posted on her Instagram, quote, "What is more heartbreaking than witnessing genocide? Witnessing the denial that genocide is happening." In response, Maha Dakil was relieved of her duties as co-chief the motion pictures department, though she was allowed to remain an agent, so she's still an agent. Her client is the big Scientologist guy, Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise has made it known to CAA, which is the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, that Tom Cruise has made it clear to them that he was backing her, that he's supporting her. Excuse me. To the point where Tom Cruise himself went to CAA office recently to show her support for the embattled agent. And it's crazy, man. It's so crazy. Ron Blanchard also posted on Instagram. It's like we're living in this incredibly distressing moment in time where if you voice an opinion that is not in alignment with the rest of the town, you get canceled. You could lose your job. You could lose your career as an actor in this town, and that's so worrying and concerning, considering that they just went through like hundred something days of striking without working, and now they're gonna get canceled and not getting work at all. It's just wow. And Susan Sarandon got dropped by UT agent, but that's probably the least of the least of these things, because Susan Sarandon is an Oscar winner. She's all set. She's had an entire career that's golden. Like, I don't think she even cares what's happening to her. But yeah, Melissa Barrera and Tom Cruise's agent. I just like, guys. I'm making this video not to. My intention is not to like again, draw the line in the sand. I'm not telling you I'm either pro Israel or pro Palestine or pro. I'm I'm telling you I'm pro humanity. All right. And part of being pro humanity is you gotta let human being human. You gotta let human beings be human beings. And part of that is if a human being wants to express their thoughts, opinions, art. You know, we're in the business of art, cinema. If they want to express whatever that comes to their mind, you know, we can disagree. We can say that's horrible. We can say how dare you. But to go as far as like making sure that they lose their job, dude, like, oh my. Spyglass Media has so much power, and this is what they do with their power. This is what they did with their power. That's not responsibility. If you have a platform, if you have influence, if you have leverage over somebody, that's not what you do. That's not what you're supposed to do. It's crazy. And you know, if you talk about anti-Semitism, you know, the one of the things in this, the most anti-Semitic thing that every people have said, you know, is like the Jews run Hollywood. Like how? That's not true. That's not true. So many people of many background and many ethnicity are the CEOs of and the executives in at Hollywood. Like the stereotype is not. But now with this firing of Melissa, you are feeding into that anti-Semitic trope. you are giving racists and xenophobes everywhere weapon. You're giving them weapon. You know, you're giving them an excuse, if you will, not necessarily weapon. You're weaponizing this. Now they can like go around. See what I tell you. See, the Jews run Hollywood. Guys, God damn it. We should not have a knee-jerk reaction over this. Again, Israel-Palestine issue that's been going on for years is complicated. It's nuanced. It's not simple. It's not black and white. It's a matter of territory that has now turned into a matter of religion, and I'm kind of scared about that because I come from a country, even though I'm not Muslim, but I come from a country, Indonesia, which is what you guys know. Indonesia is the most Muslim populated country in the world, and they have a hospital in Gaza. Literally says Indonesian hospital. So I fear that what if the Shias and the Sunnis Muslims get together, joining forces, including my homeland, the country that I came from, over this, you know, and then it escalates to a bigger war. I don't want that. I don't want that. People, please bring it down a notch, de-escalate. And Hollywood, do not just willy-nilly fire people over, you know, statements you don't agree with. You're making yourself look bad, and you're giving the racists and the xenophobes weapon or excuse to say that see the Jews run Hollywood. God damn it! Don't feed into that. Ay 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 ay. Why? People are just behaving stupid now. At the Oscars next year is gonna be the most awkward Oscars. Awkward because Hollywood is divided over this. We're gonna what? Are we gonna have like the seatings left to the side? The seatings charts are for like the pro Israel, and then the seating next to the right is for pro Palestine. Is that what's gonna be happening now at the Oscars? Where divide the seatings? I was like, it's crazy. It's stupid. It's insane. Everybody take a breath. De-escalate. Take it down a notch. This is not cool. This is not helping the cause at all. What we need is to be pro-humanity. The Israeli hostages, they're human beings. Let's hope for their release. The Palestinian civilians, they're human beings. They are human beings. All right? This whole excuse like, Hamas are using them as human shield. Okay, So you murdered a human shield to get to them? Like there's got to be a more surgical, more more surgical way to go about it. Like guys, remember? Do you remember how Osama bin Laden got assassinated or got killed by our soldiers? You saw the movie Zero Dark 30, right? Um, it was through detective work. It was through investigation. It was through surgical raid. It was not through bombing. It was not through indiscriminate airstrike. We got to Osama through in detective work, man. So we get through to him through surgical effort, actually really pinpoint where he was. There's got to be a way to do that. There's got to be, or either that or diplomatic way, whatever, to get Hamas to release the hostages. This whole airstrike thing, this whole indiscriminate thing, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I want peace, man. Both sides. That's what I want. Because humanity needs to come first and foremost. You gotta think on that level. On that level. We must not dehumanize anybody. Anybody. The notion or the idea that somebody is not human is wrong. It's wrong. The notion or the idea is like, you know what? I don't care. They're not actual, people anyway. Then you're an asshole if you think that way. And I don't want you on my channel if you think that way. You can just unsubscribe. I don't care. If you think in terms of dehumanizing anybody, I don't want you to be part of me or a part of this channel. Humanity needs to come first. And don't have a knee-jerk emotional reaction over things that you disagree with. Because that's only going to make you look bad. That's only going to make you be the asshole. That's my opinion. And so I feel bad. I feel bad for Melissa Barrera, man. Now she is without. I read also she doesn't have publicists, so she doesn't even have that. She's gonna be without work for a while. I'm sure some people will sympathize with her and give her something to do. It's not like she doesn't have anybody. But this is it. Her career has come to a halt because of this, and that's just horrible. And I hear a rumor that her Scream co-star Jenna Ortega has also reached out to Spyglass about this. I don't know what's been happening there. Maybe she has expressed her grievance over what's happening to her co-star Melissa. But that's just a rumor. I hear that's what's happening. Or her agency maybe, but that's just a rumor. I don't have an exact report on that. But still, it's just that when it comes down to it, it's just disheartening that Hollywood has been divided over this. It's not cool, man. And we are entering award season. We are entering Oscar season. It's supposed to be joyful. We're supposed to celebrate cinema. We're supposed to be celebrating the art of movies, the art of expressing your stories and whatnot. Not suppressing the expression of those, or not suppressing the expression of those opinions and thoughts. That's a suppression is against everything that we're supposed to stand for in terms of movies and the art of cinema. So what Spyglass did is very hypocritical. You want to be in the business of like storytelling, then don't shut people up from telling their side of the story, from expressing their side, or from expressing their stories. This is Melissa's story. This is Melissa's opinion, Melissa's thoughts. Maybe a bit radical for me a little bit. I don't agree 100% all the time with her, but that's her stuff. That's her prerogative. So let her be. Ay, 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 ay. This cancel culture is really, really disheartening, man. Disheartening. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm gonna be doing more of this, by the way, live stream, just like with my cell phone camera. it's nice. I just bought an iPhone 6 with great audio settings, so I'm gonna use this more and more now for my YouTube live stream. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, subscribe. Let's wrap this. Whoop.